Every smoker has a version of the same sentence in their head. Once work settles down. After the holidays. After this project. When life gets less stressful, that is when the quitting happens. That sentence has a design flaw, and the flaw is that life does not get less stressful. It gets differently stressful. The calm window you are waiting for is not late. It is not coming. So, the case for now is not motivational fluff. There are 3 specific reasons this particular moment is genuinely better than the one you are waiting for. Reason 1 is that you are quitting in the easiest environment American smokers have had in 60 years. Preliminary data from the CDC's National Health Interview Survey put the adult cigarette smoking rate at 9.1% in 2025, down from 9.9% the year before. That is the second straight year under 10%, against 42.4% back in 1965. Read that as a health statistic, and it is a nice number. Read it as a quitter, and it is something much more useful. Here is why. Most relapses do not happen alone in a room. They happen next to somebody else who is smoking. The smoke break, the friend outside the bar, the colleague who always has a spare. When fewer than 1 in 10 adults around you smoke, that scaffolding is thinner than it has ever been. Fewer offers, fewer shared breaks, fewer places where lighting up is the default social move. Whatever you tried 5 or 10 years ago, you are doing it in a harder environment than the one you are standing in right now. Reason 2 is the arithmetic of age, and this is the part people get badly wrong. A landmark study of more than 200,000 American adults, led by epidemiologist Prabhat Jha, found that long-term smoking costs roughly a decade of life expectancy, but people who quit before age 40 avoid about 90% of the excess risk of continuing. Quitting before 30 puts death rates close to those of people who never smoked. The point is not that 40 is a deadline. Quitting later still helps substantially. The point is that the return on quitting is front-loaded, so every year you delay, the deal gets slightly worse. The common objection is the damage is already done, so why bother? Jha addressed that directly, and the answer is no. A 45-year-old who started at 15 has not passed some point of no return. Your body starts the repair process almost immediately. Carbon monoxide clears out of your blood within about a day. Circulation and lung function improve over the following weeks and months. Coronary risk keeps falling for years after. None of that requires you to feel ready. It happens because you stopped. Which brings us to reason 3, and this one is psychological rather than statistical. Waiting to feel ready is backwards. Readiness is not a mood that arrives. It is a state you build by changing what you believe about the cigarette. And that is exactly the thing most stop-smoking aids never touch. Patches and gum manage the chemistry and leave the belief intact. Cold turkey removes access and leaves the belief intact. Most quit-smoking aids on a pharmacy shelf are solving withdrawal, which lasts days, rather than desire, which lasts years. That is why so many stop-smoking programs feel fine in week 1 and collapse in week 3. This is the gap the team behind QuitSure set out to close. The company was founded by Stanford, IIT, and IIM alumni, and their starting position is that smoking is a belief problem wearing a chemistry costume. So they built a 6-day smoking cessation program rather than a tracker or a streak counter, which is what most smoking cessation apps actually are. The company reports over 3 million downloads. And the design choice people always ask about is the one at the beginning. During the QuitSure program, you keep smoking. There is no quit date on day 1 and no throwing out the pack. That sounds like a contradiction until you understand what it protects. Force a stop on day 1, and everything that follows gets read by a brain in withdrawal, which is not a brain that updates its beliefs. It is a brain counting down to relief. By leaving the cigarettes in your pocket, the program rewires your psychological relationship with smoking while you are still smoking, which means you are testing every claim against the real thing rather than against a memory. The desire is meant to fall away first. The stopping is supposed to be the consequence, not the effort. The 6 days move through 3 tools in a fixed order: CBT, REBT, and self-hypnosis. CBT takes apart the beliefs, the idea that the cigarette relaxes you, when what it actually relieves is a withdrawal the previous cigarette created. REBT works on the emotional rules underneath. the ones about not coping and not being the type of person who can do this. Self-hypnosis comes last, using guided audio to settle the new thinking in, which is the more structured version of what people are after when they look up hypnotherapy to quit smoking. The sequence matters as much as the content. Reinforcement before belief change just reinforces the old belief. Two support features carry more weight than the marketing usually gives them. There is 24/7 chat support with psychologists inside the app, which matters because doubt does not politely wait for business hours. And there is an in-app community where people at day 2 and people at month 6 are in the same place. Most apps to stop smoking ship neither, then wonder why users vanish mid-program. A stop smoking app without a human on the other end is a PDF with notifications. On evidence, be precise because precision is the whole point. There is peer-reviewed research on this program published in JMIR journals reporting an 80.1% success rate among program completers. Hold on to that last phrase. Among completers, not among everyone who downloaded it, and any quit smoking program that lets those two numbers blur together is doing something dishonest. The study is a single-arm design, which means there was no control group, and that is a genuine limitation you should factor in. So, why now? Because the social environment around you is the thinnest it has been in 6 decades. Because the mortality benefit is front-loaded and delay costs you real return. And because readiness is manufactured, not awaited. If you are going to compare smoking cessation programs or hunt for the best app to quit smoking, do it this week rather than in January when everyone else is doing it badly. 6 days is not a lifestyle change. It is a week of reading. The version of you a year from now either did it or is still waiting for things to calm down.